All right, so if y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, I soft washed my house and I pulled way more chemical than what I had researched for. So I'm going to do a chemical draw test. I've got two 5-gallon buckets. I marked this one off exactly 1 gallon, and then I filled this up. I poured each gallon in and let me know exactly how many gallons I have. And I drilled a hole in the top, so when I put my gun in here, it won't spray back out, and I'll know exactly how many gallons I have per 1 gallon. Another thing that I don't know that I'm going to test out first before I draw, I don't know if it's inversely related or if they coordinate together. My setup works best at 2300 psi. For my wand, my surface cleaner, like that's the sweet spot for my setup. If I do 2300 psi versus 4000, this will do 4200, but do I pull more gallons per minute? I don't know. I haven't seen a video on that, and maybe I'm just stupid and be like, yeah, that's common sense, but I haven't seen anybody test that. So that's something I want to test before. I'm gonna test this one at 2300 psi, and then I'll immediately switch over to this one, which would be 4000 psi, and I just wanna see what it does in 1 minute. So I'm gonna test that first, and then after that, we'll draw and see what we get, see what percentage I'm pulling. Because this one is the general pump. It is, where it is, 2.1, it's 3 to 5 gallons per minute. So let's test this out. Let me get set up and we'll go. You can also see where I thought it was gonna pull 10 to 1, and I didn't wet my grass, and it pulled way stronger, and it fried my grass. Which is why it's very important to pre-water everything at a customer's house. Thank goodness it's mine. Well, that's that. 2300 versus 4000. They are exactly the same, right at 5 gallons. It's supposed to be 4.2 gallons a minute, but I'm pulling 5. So that's good to know. So now let's see what happens on our draw test. I had a little plastic one, but the bleach snapped it after just a few uses. This is all metal. I picked this up at Northern Tool. I think it was 13, 14 bucks for this. So it should last me a while. The plastic piece that I was just talking about, the filter, it basically was wide open compared to this new metal mesh one that I got. And I don't know, it seems to be a lot more restrictive. So I don't know if that affects my flow on this or not, because mine comes out to be almost perfect. So basically, I pulled 11 gallons, so it's gonna be closer than what I realized. I thought it was pulling really hot. So if we do 12.5, which is my SH, divided by 11 gallons, I'm pulling 1.13. So, I mean, that's perfect for soft washing. So I was thinking it was super hot, but apparently not. It's perfect. So the guy was right. He said it'll pull on 12.5%. He said it'll pull about a 10 to 1 ratio. So, I mean, 1.1, it's perfect. But now here's another thought I've just had. Last time when I was doing it, I was mostly using this tip, which is the far one. This is the close one, which is what I did for this. If I switch it to this, will this pull more than this one? Or will they pull the same? Let's test. So if you see, that's just above 12.5 gallons. I'm gonna call it 12.5. So with this tip, I'm pulling exactly 1%. With this tip, I guess because it's a lower flow, you're getting 1.1%. Good to know. Now I know what I'm pulling, which is perfect. I can pull exactly, I don't have to dilute it. I thought I had to, but I don't. Now I know. That's how you do your chemical draw.